Hello, I'm Steve. This is Bit of Munch, and this is Curry Week 2025, Day 7, the final day. Right, and in this one, I'm ending the week with a chicken tikka masala, because that's how I started the week, with the Charlie Bigham's one. And this time, I've got the chicken tikka masala from Asda in a tin. Now, a lot of people, you might turn your nose up at tinned curries, but they're really handy to have in your cupboard for when you fancy a curry. And I've been buying this one for years, absolute years, the Asda Chicken Vindaloo, and it is amazing. They do several different curries in this range. I'm pretty sure that I've tried them all, apart from this one. So, what we got? Oh, this was £2.40, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that. Tender chicken and a creamy curry sauce, perfect with soft naan bread and a sprinkle of coriander. Well, I'm not having it with naan bread, rice, any of that. I'm having it with chips. Iceland steak cut chips. And the chips are in the oven. Actually, they're not in the oven. They're on the baking tray, ready to go in the oven. And there we go. They're now in the oven. I would have done them in my new air fryer, but I've washed the basket and everything that out, and it's here on the drainer drying out, and I just thought it'd be easier to do them in the oven this time. Okay, 392 gram can or tin, whichever you want to call it. I'm going to microwave this. You can do it on the hob or in the microwave. And this has 35% chicken. That's the great thing about all these tinned curries. You get a very high percentage of chicken. Okay, before you say anything, I'll agree with you. The chicken in these tinned curries is a bit on the dry side. Yes, it is. But there's so much of it. And I say, it's such a good price, really, for a product you can just bung in your cupboard and will last for, ages. June 2027, this one. So, that's got over 2 years date on it. And I've always got this in the cupboard, the Vindaloo. It's just really handy for those evenings when I just can't be bothered, and I think, I've got a tin curry in the cupboard, I'll use that. Right, what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, the traffic light system. This is quite interesting, because you've got, there's no reds on here. You've got 1 green and 3 ambers. Does that really mean it's good for you? Well, no, I know it doesn't, but just thought I'd mention it. Packed in the UK with chicken from Brazil. There you go. Loads of herbs and spices in this. Here, loads. Okay. My chips are now underway. I'll get that in a bowl soon, stick it in the microwave, and we'll give it all a try. Yeah, I was a bit fed up with having rice so much this week, so I thought I'd have chips with their curry, because chips and curry always goes, doesn't it? Well, I think it does anyway. Right, I will bring you back when it's all done. Right, while they're cooking, just a few things about this week. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it? Well, I think it has. I've enjoyed it anyway. I hope you have. And I think the biggest surprise was that M&S veg curry that I tried, which I must admit, I enjoyed so much. The fact that it didn't have any meat in it didn't matter, because it was so tasty and so packed full of veg that, it really didn't matter. And it was only £3.75, which for an M&S meal was good. And you know, out of all the ones I've tried this week, that's the one that will really, really stick in the old brain here. I mean, the jalfrezi I had yesterday was good, and you know, there's been others during the week, some good, some bad, but it's that M&S one. But it's funny, because whenever I do a vegetarian review, it doesn't get as many views. And I can't understand why. Is it because some people are just completely negative, you know, completely closed off against anything vegetarian? I mean, I'm not. I'm open-minded about food. If it's good, it's good. Don't matter whether it's got any meat on it in it or not. But yeah, if you're thinking, oh, I won't try that, it's vegetarian, why not give it a go? You know, you might be pleasantly surprised. I was more than pleasantly surprised by that M&S curry. Anyway, I'll I'll shut up there going on about that, and I'll put you on pause again. Right, here we go. I can't tip this up too much because it will pour off the plate, but there it is. I've got a huge amount of food here. Look at that. About 2/3 curry and 1/3 chips, I reckon. It smells excellent. Oh yes, looking forward to this. Looking forward to this all day, to be honest. Right. It doesn't look a particularly tomatoey tikka masala. It looks, well, let's just give it a try. Yeah. In fact, that's not your typical tikka masala. Yes, it's quite creamy. But it's really well seasoned, really well spiced. And by well spiced, I don't mean spicy hot, but you can tell there's a lot of layers of spices in there, a lot of different types of spices. The thing is, what's the chicken like? As I said earlier, with these tinned curries, the chicken isn't the best, to be honest, but it's not the worst, and there's plenty of it. I've broken some of these bits up. If I've just broken that one up with my spoon, it shows you how soft it is, doesn't it, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that. And this plate is surprisingly heavy. Right, I've got to try it with a chip, haven't I? I put a bit of salt on the chips. Yeah, interesting one that. As I said, not your typical chicken tikka masala. It's nowhere near as tomatoey as you would expect tikka masala to be. But having said that, it is very tasty. There's plenty of chicken. It's well spiced, well seasoned, all the things I've said, really. Yeah, it's good. Is it as good as the chicken vindaloo in a can from Asda? Nowhere near. This stuff is the business. It is great. If you haven't tried this, don't be put off by the fact it's curry in a can, because this stuff is amazing. Just read the reviews on the Asda website. I feel as though I'm going on more about this than what I'm meant to be reviewing, but yeah, that vindaloo is great. Would I buy this one again though, this Tikka Masala? No, I don't think I would, because it's probably the weakest one out of this range of tinned curries that Asda do. The korma was very good. The balti's good. What else do they do? I think there's a jalfrezi. Yeah, I'm sure there is. But yeah, this is probably the least... Yeah, the one I would least recommend out of the range. But I'll still enjoy it. Oh yes. So there we go. Asda chicken tikka masala in a can or a tin, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go and eat it. I'm going to go and enjoy it. And all I'll say now is Happy Easter. And look out for tomorrow's video, which is something, it's a new range by a very well-known chef. And I bet you haven't heard of this range before, because I hadn't until a few days ago. Interesting. See you tomorrow.